Have you been emotionally manipulated from the beginning? It is a great $1 million question to ask yourself if you've been dating someone for a while now or in a committed relationship with someone to where you always feel like something's off emotionally between you and them. You're always feeling not so in the space you prefer to feel and you don't know why. You can't put your finger on it. So if you've been feeling this way from the beginning, pretty much, I'm going to tell you one simple but very accurate way to tell if you've been emotionally manipulated for most of this whole journey. Simply put, if the person you've been dating for all this time, or maybe you've made it to a committed relationship with, has made way more promises to you than the actual actions of those promises coming to fruition has ever produced, you've been being emotionally manipulated. Whether they're consciously aware that they're doing this or not, whether they had the best of intentions to actually follow through on the promises or the things that they said to you, the statements they made, the commitments they proposed to you, you have been being emotionally manipulated if they rarely to never follow through or carried out on those actions. If they never did what they said they were going to do, their words did not match their actions, especially when it comes to things that are more sentimental for you, more intimate, such as them actually saying they're going to commit to you for a committed relationship, right? Them saying, hey, we're actually going to start making steps towards moving in together and building a family together. Promises to change on how they address you or support you when you're going through things emotionally, right? Saying, oh, I'm going to do better at being there for you. I'm going to stop, using a disrespectful language towards you, calling you out of your name. All the things they keep promising or saying they're going to do that matters to you in a very impactful, intimate way, an emotional way that they do not follow through on. You're being manipulated because they're tugging and pulling on your heartstrings to keep you engaged in the equation, to keep you subdued from taking action off of their inaction to follow through on what they said they're going to do for you. And it starts this cycle to where now you're giving ongoing grace because of all the promises they're making. And they say it passionately. They say it with all their heart and all the things, right? Because sometimes someone can do this and not really intend to not follow through, but they have obstacles on following through on their promises. So they mean it in here, but they haven't worked through the rest of the nervous system wirings to be able to carry through on the thing that they feel emotionally sparked to say to you. Or maybe they are aware that they're manipulating you and they're saying exactly what they need to say to keep you on that stream because it's beneficial to them to have you in their life in whatever capacity they have you in their life. Either way, it becomes manipulation for you because when they're pulling on those heartstrings, they're aware, at least, that if they can get their response, the reaction, whether they're aware that they're manipulating you or not, that if they see you respond in a way that's positive to their promises that they're trying to make, right? And you are embracing to it and you say, okay, and it's a positive vibe and it's not still conflict, their intention, then now they get to feel the sense of security that you won't leave them, or that you won't be fed up, or that you won't continue to complain, or that you won't back away from them. So if this is the experience that you're living, the best way to combat this or to stop the manipulation you're going through is making sure you hold your partner accountable to make sure their words match their actions. Make sure they have follow through. If they don't, you have to call it out. Right. And when you talk about having follow through, make sure there's a general understanding as to what the plan is for whatever they said they're going to do, whatever the next step is, whatever you guys are going to build together, whatever you're doing on their end, commitments verbally of a tangible plan for it to happen. When is it going to happen? How's it going to happen? Which way are we going to go about it? Things that are concrete so they can't continue to juck and jive and dance around following through on the promises they make, whether they're trying to gaslight you or lie to you and they know they're manipulating you intentionally, or whether they have issues with following through on commitments, even though they really mean it emotionally. The biggest piece of this is you have to have boundaries, even deal breakers, non-negotiables that you're willing to stand on and enforce if your partner does not follow through consistently on the plan you guys agree on. So have the promise or the goal that you guys agree on, the actual tangible plan that you also agree to make that promise or that goal come to fruition. And then lastly, you have your boundaries, your deal breakers that you stand on and you enforce to protect your value if they do not do their part as stated. Because if you don't, you're setting yourself up for another front seat ride ticket on that emotional roller coaster of manipulation. If you need help building the muscle and the skill sets to be able to talk through a tangible plan to hold your partner accountable, and how to enforce and stand on your boundaries if they are not honoring the commitments they've made to you, either email or DM me coaching, and we will get to work if you're ready to put the work in. Let's get it.